David Boyle and Shea Weber are now together in the Hockey Hall of Fame, and now it's been announced that Rene is going to be joining them as the first inductees into the Preds Golden Hall. Oh, Johnny, it's just so beautiful. Are you crying? Yeah, I am. Only an insensitive jerk wouldn't cry about something like this. I get choked up just thinking about the good old days of the mid-2010s. You ever just want to get down on one knee and thank the hockey gods upstairs that Phil Forsberg is a Nashville Predator? Hey everybody, it's Jersey Guy. Hold my beer. Are you sure you want me here? Hat trick watch anybody? Is it really somewhere that we owe a massive debt to the hockey gods? Again and again and again. Feel like a kid again, Johnny. Is happening? Is this happening? Is this happening? This isn't an ad for some dang cookie. I want a piece of that action. Well, you don't have to tell me twice. What do you have to tell me that is going to make me feel positive? And maybe the Titans won't let us down on Thursday. Let's walk it off! Okay, on with Johnny's reaction video.
Redemption take you home.
Everybody's hands go up, way up, as the Nashville Predators defeat the Winnipeg Jets by a final score of 4-1 Saturday night inside Bridgestone Arena. One of the worst teams in the league right now, who should be playing better, defeated soundly, I might add, one of the best teams in the league. They completely shut down their league's best power play, scored a power play goal of their own, and the big names added to this roster in the offseason showed up. Major roster news before this game, as it was announced that Fedor Svechkov was recalled from the Milwaukee Admirals, who is doing pretty good leading that team in goals, giving this team maybe a spark that it needs. He started this game on a line between Steven Stamkos and Luke Evangelista. Good supporting cast. Luke, if you're not aware, was scratched for the Seattle game, and for those who might not have been following social media on Friday, got into a bit of a skirmish with Michael McCarron at practice. And Michael McCarron also wasn't playing in this game, and he is day-to-day. Oh, and another piece of this starting lineup that was shaken up, and if they can string wins together like they started to today, maybe this will be something permanent. Brady Shea and Roman Josi were split up of a defensive pairing. But the best part of the festivities and news before this game even took place was the pregame ceremony to honor two of the biggest pieces in Nashville Predators history going into the Hockey Hall of Fame. Once again, congratulations to Shea Weber and the first and longtime general manager of the Nashville Predators, David Boyle. As for the game, bad pinch just started as mere seconds or so into the game. A 2-on-1 for the Jets leads to Nito Niederreiter. Yes, that former Pred Nito Niederreiter being denied by UC Saros. And shortly after that, Winnipeg would get another odd-man rush, a 3-on-1 this time. But the Jets defenseman Sandberg gets denied by Saros. Just over 3.5 into the game, a real good test of two battering rams as the Preds would get the first penalty of the game. A too many men on the ice call. Bench minors are something this team has to work on a little bit more because they're very easily avoidable as long as you talk to each other on a line change. Preds' best league penalty killer against the league's best power play, and round one in terms of special teams goes to the Preds as they shut the Jets' power play down. About 9 minutes into the first period, Preds being, a little bit too much outshot by the Jets, but when you've got 74 in net, you're doing pretty good for yourself, and he can keep this game scoreless. And then Saros would get his work answered by his teammates. Almost halfway through the first period, puck would come back to the captain by Jonathan Marchessault, who would immediately go to the front of the net to provide a screen for his captain, and Roman Josi with a blast, and it gets through past Eric Comrie into the Jets net, and the Preds have a 1-0 lead. Less than 20 seconds later, Preds have some momentum on a rush again, attacking in the Jets zone right in front of Comrie's crease, and Carey puts it by him and makes it 2-0. But wait, hold up. Coach Scott Arniel wants to challenge it for offside, and at least from the feed I saw on Sportsnet, yeah, no, there was a fall on the blue line, but the puck carrier who carried it in looked onside to me. I really don't know anymore what is onside and offside, but I digress. Toronto says that Winnipeg is right for challenging it, and this game remained just 1-0 Preds. Preds' first power play would come soon after. Mark Scheifele for holding. He would get quite a bit of a parade to the penalty box. Preds don't really make anything of it on the first try. Preds would then be under fire in their zone, obviously, especially UC Saros. Perfetti followed up by Kyle O'Connor, but UC isn't having any of it. Final seconds tick down in the first period. Jets outshoot the Preds 9-5 in the first 20, but the Preds lead where it counts 1-0 after 20 minutes. Preds would then get another power play about 90 seconds or so into the second period. Once again, it's Mark Scheifele. He takes down Philip Forsberg this time. Again, tries to protest. The refs are going to call it, and the Preds this time are much better. They get good looks, good setup, but again can't convert. On that power play, Stamkos with a one-time blast goes off of Winnipeg Jets defenseman Samberg, and he would have to go off to get attended to. And for good measure, the Preds don't get the full 2 minutes of power play time, as Gus Nyquist would get tagged for interference, negating the Preds power play, making this a 4-on-4 the rest of the way. And upon further review, it was a weak interference call at best on Gustav Nyquist. What is he supposed to do when he's trying to play for the puck? Even Sportsnet that I got stuck watching this on in Canada thought it was a terrible call. Penalty kill for the Preds, holding strong. They kill off Gustav Nyquist's interference call. And then some way, somehow, Mark Janikowski gets absolute grand larceny robbed by Eric Comrie. And here we go again, just over 7 minutes into the second period. Hey, look, it's Mark Scheifele trying to take another penalty, and this time it's also Cole Smith. Each of them gets called for holding because, what, did they want a tango? Preds take advantage, though, of the extra ice from being the 4-on-4, get more speed down, get more chances, but again can't beat Eric Comrie. And unfortunately, a goal with that extra space and that extra time to move around would have been nice, because exactly at the halfway minute mark of the second period, dogpile in Saros' crease. He can't move around or spot the puck with all these bodies piling up in his crease, and Adam Lowry is able to poke the loose puck past Saros, tying this game at 1. The officials, Kelly Sutherland, I believe it was, gave Andrew Burnett quite a bit of leeway, extra time to consider challenging it. Ultimately, the Preds coaching staff decides, nope, don't risk it. This game tied at 1. About 6.5 left to go in the second period. This is what we've been waiting for. Chances and close calls like this. Steven Stamkos and Marchessault give and go. Oh my God, why didn't Marchessault shoot it when he had a chance? He gives it to Stamkos and he can't beat Comrie. Preds are coming close. They have to make the Jets pay for their mistakes. Preds quite often looking for the perfect pass when all you had to do, Johnny, I'm talking about Marchessault, not myself, was shoot! Preds with a huge push near the end of the second period. They can smell blood in the water, but ultimately, after 40 minutes, this game is tied at 1. Preds did do a very good job leading and controlling the period as they outshot the Jets 18-8 in that period. Now, despite the fact that Sportsnet love to remind me that the Jets are 3-0 when tied after 2, I can sense it. The fans in Bridgestone seems that they can sense it. Can this team dig deep and beat their big division rival from Canada in the third period? Now, for those who don't know because you don't follow another team other than the Preds, understandable, the Jets played and won in Pittsburgh on Friday night and had to travel. So you gotta think, and they're playing their backup. Fortunately, the Preds didn't have to deal with Connor Hellebuyck. That the longer this game goes, and to the Preds' betterment that it was tied after two, that eventually the Jets were going to get exhausted and the Preds would just have to be patient and find that break to put this game out of reach for the Jets. It was announced by Sportsnet early in the third period that Sam Merck, who was injured on that Stamkos shot, would leave and not return to this game. Another advantage the Preds would have with the Jets stuck with 5 defensemen for the rest of this game. Just a minute in, maybe this was the break. Nyquist in the Jets zone steals it, sends in Forsberg on a partial break, and he just chips it wide. Oh, Forsberg, we can sense 300 for you. Oh, just be a little bit more patient, and that will go in. Preds soon after that would go back to the power play, already being 0 for 2. Maybe third time's a charm. Funny I should say that because best chance for either team early in that power play for the Preds was a short-handed chance by Adam Lowry, who was able to get past the Preds D, but Saros shuts the Jets out. Says, guys, give me a little help here. Preds power play winding down, keeping the puck in the Jets zone, getting some good looks, good solid possession, passing around, and Forsberg gets a shot off, and Comrie had to play shot the whole way because, hey, it's Philip Forsberg. But guess what happens? The shot by Forsberg creates a rebound with a wide open net, and guess who the puck comes to? Steven Stamkos, fresh off of his 2-goal game in Vancouver that I saw in person, who winds up and makes no mistake giving the Preds back to lead, his 7th of the season. Preds up 2-1. And just over 5 minutes into the third period, Preds in transition again. Mark Janikowski gets a shot off. There's a rebound. And guess who's trailing to come in and make no mistake to try and give this game the insurance it needs for the Preds? Jonathan Marchessault puts it home past Comrie. Preds lead now 3-1. Jets just over 11 minutes left to go in the third with some pushback in the Preds zone, forcing Luke Schenn to take a hooking penalty. And yes, we love to beat up on this guy when he makes mistakes, but sometimes it's good to take penalties that prevent direct scoring chances like that one that Luke prevented. The Sportsnet crew then brings up that the Jets are 6-0 coming into this game versus their Central Division rivals. And I'm like, thank you for that kiss of death for the Jets fans that are watching this game. The Jets only managed one shot on goal and a final power play chance that he would have for the game. Preds go 3 for 3 on the penalty kill, and I'm loving it. Preds not looking to sit back or anything. They're pushing and giving the Jets all they can handle to get this game to its conclusion. We're under 4 minutes left to go in regulation. Preds fans can feel a happy night ahead. Jets pull Eric Comrie with just under 3 minutes left to go in regulation, and it's an empty net that the Preds are looking at to put this game away once and for all. Jets try valiantly, but it was all for naught because 80 seconds left to go in regulation off of a defensive face-off win. Puck comes back to the captain, who shoots it 150 feet or so into the empty net at the other side of the ice. His second of the game for the captain. This game ends. Preds didn't dominate from start to finish, but it sure felt like it. Final score 4-1. Well, it only took 21 games into the season, but that's the first game this season for the Preds where both Jonathan Marchessault and Steven Stamkos scored a goal. Also, this game contained Jonathan Marchessault's first even strength points of the season. That's got to be a positive, right? Yes, it was Winnipeg's second half of a back-to-back where they had to travel. but the Preds shut down their league's best power play. I will take it. This team and his fan base needs every positive it can get right now. Now, starting Monday, this team will play 4 games in 6 nights. The last thing we need is for them to regress and get another loss on the road when they play Jersey Monday night. String 3 wins, maybe 4 wins together, and give yourself and his fan base some long-awaited confidence. Oh, don't let me off the hook. I'm not going to forget what I said on Wednesday about Bruno. For now, he's just on a stay of execution. Job-wise, of course. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching this video. As always, click a like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really like it. You can find my social media where you can interact with me during every Preds game by clicking on a channel name. Tell all your friends about Redemption, and when this team is moving together cohesively, it can be a beautiful thing.